It's a great joy to welcome you to this virtual tour of Barker College. I begin by acknowledging that Barker stands on the land that was the traditional home of the Darug people who lived here for many, many thousands of years before our arrival. We also acknowledge the Darkinjung people and the Wanarua people, where our two little Aboriginal schools are on the Central Coast and the Lower Hunter Valley, and we pay our respects to their elders past and present. Thank you for joining us on this virtual tour. We're here in the chapel, a building that was completed in 1957. So it's quite an old building now, but it reminds us of our origins, of our commencement, and of our purpose and our spiritual identity. An Anglican school here in the Diocese of Sydney, but this is a war memorial chapel. In the corner of the chapel are the names of 92 former students of our school who did not return from the First and the Second World War. I share all of this because this building, our starting point, is the place where so much of our story takes its origins, and it also celebrates its purpose. It's a place of beginnings and of conclusions, a place of celebration and of mourning, a place of gathering and quiet reflection, but also of outrageous joy, all in this space. It also reminds us, almost in the centre of our school, that the chapel is redolent with the value system of our school. So it's very fitting that our virtual tour begins here, reminding us of the long history of our school, but also looking forward to the bright future that we can anticipate. Our school began in 1890. It was the vision of the Reverend Henry Plume, small in origins in the little village of Kurrajong in the Lower Blue Mountains, and relocated to this site in 1895. And over those years since then, our chapel, which was once at the easternmost point of the school, has now gradually become the middle of the school. And as you will soon see from this virtual tour, around this school are the most beautiful facilities that past generations have bequeathed to the present, and we now enjoy and look forward to handing on even better to the future generations. Many people who come to visit our school want to see our facilities, and we love to share them. It's a beautiful place and a gorgeous environment in which to learn. But we generally like to remind people that most of what schools do, most of the time, is mostly the same. That stands to reason. The similarities between schools are vastly greater than the differences between them. The literature says it's about 80% of what we do from one school is the same to another. So your purpose then in choosing a school for your child is not to find the things that are familiar in the 80%, the things that remind you of the school you went to, or even that look comforting and familiar in our own environment. It's the 20% that marks out the difference between schools. We have a word for that 20%. We call it the culture of the school. The culture of the school is that which occurs when no one is making it happen. It's what we all naturally do. It's how we are with each other. How are we in learning? How do we present ourselves? How do we relate to one another? How do we deal with challenges and new situations? All of those things speak to our culture. And our culture is best seen in our community. A virtual tour can't show you all of those things. It can show you the environment, because the environment allows us to facilitate that culture. So in a little while, you'll be making a virtual trip around our school, the wonderful facilities in which our students get to move and live and dream and pursue their own sense of identity in this community. We're very excited to share that with you. We hope, however, that the best way to learn the culture of our school is to not just visit virtually, but actually to come and consider joining us. And that's what this little virtual tour is all about. It's arisen because of the high demand that parents have to visit the school and to see, but time is short. Everybody lives a very busy life, and this is a way of just giving you a little glimpse I hope that you enjoy this virtual tour. Thank you for taking an interest in Barker. I commend the future to you. The choice of school is no simple matter. This is not merely buying a product off a shelf, it's actually entering a relationship. May God bless you and your family as you consider that relationship.
Hello everyone, welcome to our tour for senior school students at Barker College. And as you can see, and as you will see, it's always sunny here when we do our tours. And as we work our way around the school, I want you to put yourself, metaphorically, into a Barker uniform. And I want you to ask yourself, is this the right place for me? There might be any number of reasons you want to come to Barker. You might want to come because of the wonderful academic program that we provide. We have excellent teachers who are passionate about their subjects and experts in their fields. And in the senior school, they want to treat you as young adults. They want to work with you to help you reach your potential. They want to work with you in preparation for your life after school. Now, we're a non-selective school, and above all, I think we value effort. We want you to do as well as you possibly can, and we believe we can do this with you as students here. Now, one of the advantages we have with our size is that we can run a student-driven timetable, which means you're able to choose any subject package you wish from the subjects that we provide in our curriculum. And in the vast majority of cases, we will be able to accommodate your choices. You may also want to come here because we are co-educational. We want you to learn to work together. The world is co-ed, and we believe this is the best environment for your learning. Or you may wish to be at Barker because of the huge co-curricular program that we offer. We want you to be part of a sports team. We want you to train together, be active, and play a game, perhaps on the weekend or during the week, against other teams. But there's more. Year 10 provides a wonderful opportunity for you to try as many things as possible. And you may even discover something that you are really good at that may become your passion. And that could be drama, debating, cadets, crew, robotics, chess, Duke of Edinburgh, and other outdoor educational activities. Now, whatever the case, we want you to fill your plate, and you can always pull back if you find there is a little too much. And lastly, you may wish to be at Barker because of our strong pastoral care and well-being program. Even though we have large numbers, you're assigned a head of house who is a senior member of staff, and they will look after you in groups of about 20 students, all the way through from year 10 to year 12. And they will be the first port of call for your parents, should they have any requests or concerns, and you can feel free to go and see them at any time. And as well as heads of house, we have counsellors, chaplaincy staff and youth workers who are there to look after your various pastoral concerns and well-being if needs be. So there you go. There are 4 reasons you may want to be a Barker student. Now, when I take a tour around the school, it's a little bit like a bus trip. We walk around and we stop at various venues, and I tell you about that place, and we might have questions, and then we move on. And our first stop usually is the Leslie Hall, and this space is used during the week for assemblies, which we have separately for years 10, 11 and 12, and this provides an opportunity for the students to meet and hear from each other. We have presentations and performances, maybe from visitors, from teachers, and also from the students themselves. Now, assembly sits in the middle of the school day, as does chapel, which we also have for each year group once a week. The other midday activities are Connect group meetings and house meetings where the students meet with their heads of house and their Connect group leaders. Now, the school day itself can start early in the morning for sport, or perhaps for extension English and maths, which begin at 7:30, but the main timetable starts at 8:30. We have 2 lessons through until recess at 10:30, and period 3 starts at 11. The corporate periods, such as assembly and chapel, are from midday. Lunch from 12:30 until 1:20, and then 2 more periods in the afternoon. The school is still very busy after normal hours, with huge numbers of kids involved in their various co-curricular activities. The Leslie Hall also provides a wonderful space for the school musical in October, over 5 performances, and we have up to 120 senior school students on stage singing and dancing. We even have large numbers of boys dancing in time, which is somewhat miraculous. The musical also provides an opportunity for students to be involved in the stage crew and in the orchestra. We might also drop into a classroom on our tour around the school, and this provides me with the opportunity to talk about some routine matters. In the senior school, students in Year 10 are required to leave their mobile phones in their lockers or leave them with their teachers. In Years 11 and 12, it's up to the teacher's discretion whether students have phones, but they're not allowed to use them during the lesson unless, of course, instructed by the teacher. We haven't banned mobile phones at Barker in the senior school. We are treating the students as young adults, and we want them to model good behaviour. We also have a Byo Device Policy at Barker, and students may use their laptops and have access to the internet if the teacher wishes to run the class in that way. The Hsc exams are still handwritten, so many classes will still be using pen and paper. But again, that depends upon the subject and the teacher and how it's taught in that particular class. Our next stop is the library, and it's open from 7:30 in the morning until 8:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday. And this allows students to do their co-curricular program in the afternoon and then use the library for study after dinner. And they can even have dinner in the dining hall if they wish. And on Friday, it closes at 4 p.m. because nobody in Australia really likes working on a Friday afternoon. The library is open again on Saturdays and also in the July and September holidays, so that Year 12 students particularly can spend time working with the guidance of staff, and also ex-Barker students who are presently at university and come back to help us with some work there. We also have a supervised study program available after school, as well as help given by teachers in all subjects after school. So there's hardly any reason really to be at home. The science building has 10 labs, and we have a further 4 labs nearby, and we teach extension science, investigating science, physics, chemistry, earth and environmental science and biology, and they are all very well populated by students in the senior school. We also teach agriculture with one of the highest Hsc candidatures in the state, and we're able to do much of our practical work on field trips to the Bathurst region. We also make an annual field trip to Lizard Island for Year 11 biology. And this allows me to mention the various tours we take each year throughout the school. They include music tours to destinations such as Cuba, China, the USA, Gallipoli and Europe, geography tours to Southeast Asia, Antipodean and global immersion tours to South America, East Africa and Nepal. And there are regular sports tours, and these can be interstate or New Zealand or as far afield as Europe. So, if you're interested in going on a trip overseas, there's plenty of opportunity. Now, the Aquatic Centre, it's used for learn to swim lessons for the community throughout the week, but also for PDHPE lessons, surf life-saving training, swimming training and squads, and water polo. And opposite the Aquatic Centre, you'll see Bowman Field, which is an all-weather surface that is absolutely packed with students at lunchtime playing all sorts of games. But for sport, it gets used for softball in the summer and hockey in the winter, and some cricket, mainly for junior school during the summertime. At recess and lunch, the canteen area and the grandstands are full of students. We have a cashless canteen, which means that money magically appears on your ID card and then you're able to buy food with it. But of course, if you don't want to buy food from the canteen, many students have highly nutritious meals that they themselves have prepared lovingly at home. Now, the oval itself, you'll see, is very well used at lunchtime for any number of games, but at present, touch footy is the most popular, although the kids invent all sorts of games like volleyball squares to keep themselves amused. The War Memorial Oval is used for rugby and AFL in winter, sevens rugby and touch football in summer, cricket in summer and athletics in the spring, and of course PDHPE lessons during the day. It provides a wonderful venue for games against other schools, and I'm sure some of the fondest memories of Barker are centred around this beautiful oval. Our next stop is the Oba Soundstage, and this area is one of the favourite places in the school for students. Here we're able to start the year with a welcome assembly for the whole school, including the students from Darkinjung and Wollombi. It's lovely to see the whole area full of students and staff. We also have farewell assemblies for our ISA and CAS athletics and swimming carnivals for the athletes and swimmers before they leave. We have an Anzac Day service on the school day as close to Anzac Day as possible, and again the whole school is there, and it's a very moving experience for us all as the names of the students who lost their lives in the First and Second World Wars are read out and the bugle sounds. Last Post and Reveille. The last big event held here at the Soundstage is Symphony Under the Stars. We have over 400 performers playing and singing from about 7 until 10 p.m. on a Saturday night in March, and the whole area is full of families and friends on their picnic rugs enjoying the music. And traditionally the evening concludes with the 1812 Overture. The cadets get to let off some excellent explosions, something that they live for, and we finish with a fireworks display. Again, something our neighbours look forward to every year. And from the OBA Soundstage, we will now walk up to the R.E. Kefford building where we teach English, drama and Christian studies. Crew, our student Christian group, meets here on Friday lunchtimes, and there are over 150 students who join in. And there are Bible studies and opportunities to spend time learning about God and exploring their faith. I always enjoy showing the Rhodes Theatre and the BCMA Theatre on level 2, and they are beautiful spaces that allow us to run a Year 10, 11 and 12 play, as well as numerous presentations to larger groups of students. And we might have, for example, Hsc textiles showcases and musical theatre evenings, and even debating here on a Friday night. We're also able to celebrate our Hsc performances at our showcase evening in August. Our next stop is the Mccaskill Music Centre, and as I mentioned earlier, we have a vibrant music program with hundreds of senior school students involved in choirs, ensembles, orchestras and bands. We have visiting staff, and students can have individual tuition during the day. We have tours and of course the musical every year. Music is part of the Hsc curriculum, but there are many students who do not study Hsc music and take advantage of all that the co-curricular program has to offer. The Centenary Design Centre is a busy place where design and technology, industrial technology and visual arts are taught. And every year we're able to celebrate all the beautiful pieces of work our Year 12 students have produced at our Hsc Showcase Evenings. Now these evenings are a wonderful celebration of all the hard work the students have put in, and every year the works never fail to be astounding in their complexity, their intricacy and their beauty. So, our Hsc Showcase season in August for drama, for music, extension English and science, for DT, IT and visual arts is a very uplifting and inspirational time for us all. Our very last stop for the tour is Rosewood Center with its 12 classrooms and 5 magnificent indoor courts. And we're so lucky to have this space, and we're very much looking forward to making full use of it in the very near future. The centre itself looks out onto Rosewood Fields where we play cricket and touch football in the summertime, and we practice throwing all year round, and we play football in the winter. And in the distance you can see our tennis centre. Now, I really hope you have enjoyed our senior school tour of Barker, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask us at the school, and I'm very much looking forward to meeting you in person in your Barker uniforms.
Thank you for considering Barker for your child. I hope that clip gave you a glimpse of what we do here. I'm Melissa Brady, and I'm Barker's Director of Enrolments. As well as my role in enrolments, I'm also a teacher with more than 20 years experience in the classroom. I understand the educational needs of children, what goes on in the classroom, and the various layers of support across the school, as well as the opportunities that are provided to students and their families as they move through the years at Barker. The relationship between the school and the parents begins when you start the process of enrolling your son or your daughter. Choosing the right school for your child and your family can be a difficult and confusing time. From the academic program, creative and performing arts, outdoor education and wellbeing programs, there is a lot of information to take in and then various processes to complete along the way to securing a place. The enrolments team and I are able to assist parents with the enrolment process, and we understand that parents have a lot of questions about how to secure a place at Barker, how far in advance you need to apply, and then what actually happens once you are offered a place. Please have a look at our website, book a tour, and come and see all that we have to offer here at Barker.